Stop! Stop! Hey! It takes me home.
Residents of a Chino Hills neighborhood were shocked to discover a hidden camera disguised as a rock. This camera was strategically placed under a tree in the central median, pointing directly at James Dimmer Persock's house. Dimmer Persock described the device as a camera covered in clay to resemble a rock, powered by a power bank, making it cordless. He found out about the camera when a neighbor noticed it on Glen Ridge Drive and alerted him. The discovery deeply upset his wife, leaving her in tears. After reporting the camera to the authorities, Dimmer Persock learned it was transmitting using nearby cell towers. He checked the camera's recordings to try and spot the person who planted it. The footage showed a suspect wearing garden gloves and a motorcycle helmet, placing the camera in the ground and then escaping on a kick scooter. Further footage from Dimmer Persock's Ring doorbell camera was too unclear to make out the suspect's details. The reason for this secretive surveillance is still unknown, but Dimmer Persock and his wife think it might be someone casing their house for a robbery. The neighborhood is now uneasy, especially with concerns about the safety of local junior high students who often walk that street. Neighbor Jaleesa Castillo expressed worry that the camera might have been monitoring a specific child. With the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department investigating, the community is on high alert, and many residents are considering enhancing their home security to prevent similar incidents. On May 2, 2018, a man attempted to break into a house in Sydney's Hills District while a woman and her child were inside. The intruder was scared away when her husband responded to a smart doorbell.
Hello?
Hello. Hi. Are you
Wrong house, hello. Yeah, no, it's wrong house, sorry. Thank you.
This individual was later arrested at another location, receiving a 5-year jail sentence due to the severity of his crimes. A surveillance video in Florissant shows 4 kids walking down a sidewalk when a boy takes what seems to be a weapon from a girl. He runs to a house, hides the weapon behind a bush, and a pickup truck quickly backs up.
It really is disturbing. I hope it wasn't a real maybe just a BB or something.
A woman gets out, saying the kids pointed the weapon at her and threatened to discharge it. A neighbor tries to smooth things over. Later, one child gets the weapon from the bush. Local residents were reported being uneasy, especially because of a nearby school and the apparent reality of the weapon UN.
If you see a kid with a gun, you're worried about it. If my grandkids had a gun in their hand, I'll tell you what, I would take it away from them and tell them, you don't play with guns.
The police were alerted and quickly determined that the weapon was actually a realistic-looking BB weapon. The surveillance video was crucial in identifying the children involved, leading to the arrest of 2 juveniles.
Everybody minds their own business. There's a school 200 feet away, right over there.
Following the incident, Florissant police were encouraging residents to register their doorbell cameras to help in the event of future crimes, ensuring officers knew where potential video evidence might be available. This is Paulius Petrasiunas, a 24-year-old man who was tragically killed by his friend. CCTV footage captured Paulius's final moments as he spent the day laughing and joking with his friend, Sean Bull. The cameras later recorded the two arriving at an apartment block on Cherville Rise. Just 7 minutes later, Bull was seen fleeing the hallway with a large hunting knife, leaving his friend fatally injured. Bull discarded the knife, then called a taxi and fled to Shrewsbury, where he was apprehended 2 days later. Months later, police found the blood-stained knife among rubbish near a fence and wall, following an extensive CCTV investigation. Sean Bull, 21, from Clover Lea, Heathtown, has been convicted of murder and now faces a life sentence in prison. A homeowner in Vista, California, has shared video of a burglary suspect breaking into her house on March 11th. The suspect is seen in the footage attempting the front door handle and, finding it locked, kicking the door several times to gain entry. Moments after the suspect enters, the homeowner uses the voice feature on their Ring surveillance camera to confront him wirelessly.
Hey, get out!
This prompts the suspect to quickly leave the residence. The San Diego Sheriff's Department received the call around 4 p.m. in the area of S. Santa Fe Avenue and Mar Vista Drive. Deputies identified the man from the video and headed to an area he was known to frequent. The Estrella helicopter from the Sheriff's Department flew over the area, broadcasting the suspect's description. A witness who heard the announcements alerted the Sheriff's Communications Center upon seeing a man matching the suspect's description. Deputies were directed to an open field where they found the suspect, identified as 33-year-old Sonny Hunter. He was arrested without further incident for residential burglary and booked into the Vista Detention Facility. In Walnut, California, some guys broke into an office and stole valuable stuff from both the office and the warehouse late at night. For those who don't know, July and August have the most burglaries, maybe because many people are on vacation then. A man was caught on doorbell cam going around a neighborhood and stealing packages from doorsteps. He decided against taking this particular package, perhaps deterred by the multiple cameras pointing at him, or because it didn't look appealing. However, one of the nearby victims caught up with him and attempted to bravely end his holiday theft spree. The entire incident was captured by a simple doorbell camera.
Stop now! Stop now! Hey! Please!
There's a package there. No, you should have walked it in, dude.
It was later discovered that his car was filled with packages he and a female accomplice had stolen from nearby homes. The video quickly spread across the internet via multiple networks immediately after the incident and was also shared with the local police. The video spread so rapidly that it was shown to officers as they were taking a theft report from a neighbor, whose neighborhood notification alerted them to the video post. Fortunately, the man and his accomplice were both arrested. A series of thefts across the southeast of England involved a group targeting luxury cars like Range Rovers, Rolls-Royces, and Bentleys. A CCTV video captured how this organized crime group used signal hacking to steal a Bentley. The investigation revealed that they employed a relay attack method, where they cloned the signal from a keyless car's remote and used it to unlock the vehicle. The gang managed to steal 50 high-end cars worth nearly £4 million. 4 members of the gang, Perry Lovejoy, 29, Luke Jackson, 28, Billy Harrison, 30, and Harry Sales, 28, all pleaded guilty to conspiracy to steal and handle stolen goods. They were collectively sentenced to 12.5 years in jail. On February 16, 2024, at around 3:23 a.m., a burglary took place in Northampton Township, Pennsylvania. Surveillance footage from a Ring camera captured the incident, and authorities are now asking for the community's help to identify the individuals involved and the getaway vehicle. This guy had some nighttime visitors at his doorstep, a raccoon mom and her 3 kids who were looking for food. Raccoons can cause a lot of damage when they're searching for food. They might tear off roof shingles, break into attic vents, rip open trash bags, and ruin gardens and crops. To avoid problems with raccoons, you should use trash cans that wildlife can't open or secure the lids with bungee cords. You should also block off any chimneys, vents, and other openings that raccoons could use to get into your house. Keep your yard clean of any fallen fruits or nuts that might attract them. A shocking video from Harahan, Louisiana, just outside of New Orleans, captures a woman pulling a small wagon with a bucket inside. According to police, inside the bucket was the body of a young girl named Bella Fontanelle. The woman, 43-year-old Hannah Landon, is the girlfriend of Bella's father and is accused of murdering the girl. Allegations suggest Landon beat and strangled Bella to death in the home she shared with the girl's father. She then placed Bella's body in a chlorine bucket and nonchalantly wheeled it up the street, even as cars passed by, ultimately leaving it on the front lawn of the girl's biological mother. Bella's father reported her missing in April of 2023, and just hours later, the kindergartner's body was discovered in the bucket on her mother's front lawn. The mother lived only about a block away from the father's home. In August, a Jefferson Parish grand jury indicted Landon on charges of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice. The latter charge was for allegedly disposing of Bella's body and bearing her own cell phone to hinder the investigation. Authorities have stated they do not believe Bella's parents were involved in the crime. Steve Ludwig, who was out of town, got an alert from his Ring doorbell camera that someone was at his front door.
I woke up to an alert on my phone that said, someone at your front door.
The visitor, 37-year-old Frank Johnson, said he was an AC repairman, but his actions were suspicious. Ludwig watched through the camera as Johnson went around to the back of the house, looked through a window, and tampered with the door handle.
He walked around to the back of the house, so I turned the back camera on.
Ludwig quickly called the sheriff's department, and the Volusia County Crime Center passed his information to the deputies. Less than 2 hours after Ludwig's call, deputies stopped Johnson.
Hey, dude, get the f*** out of my yard. The cops are on the way.
I called the sheriff's department, and by the time I had called them, one of the sheriffs has already responded.
They found his vehicle registration had expired. Though Johnson was wearing an AC repair uniform, he was no longer employed in that field.
Registration's expired?
It is.
Trying to see the registration? He's in between jobs. He does AC work, but he's wearing his old AC business uniform.
He also had several outstanding warrants for grand theft and dealing in stolen property.
Grand theft.
Yep, what's going on?
Yeah, stolen property, dealing stolen property, pawned items, everything.
My house had gotten broken into 2 weeks earlier. That was the whole reason I got the Ring camera. I owe the credit to them. They're the ones that arrested him. All I did is woke up when I heard the noise.
Johnson was arrested for attempted burglary and held on a $28,000 bond at the Volusia County Jail. In El Paso, Texas, a man arrived at someone's house looking agitated. He repeatedly knocked, and when the homeowner answered, he claimed someone was attacking him.
Yes, sir.
Somebody is attacking me. I'm scared. They won't stop attacking me. They keep attaching machines to my head. They won't stop attacking my head. Taking my picture. They found my face. They won't stop fighting me. Oh. I'm not Jim. That's okay. They won't get the body.
Do you think he was sincere, or was it a trick to get the homeowner to open the door for a potential break-in? It's safer to call 911 in such situations. This guy approached someone's porch intending to steal a package, but the homeowner caught him off guard, and he came up with a lame excuse.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
What's going on? What's up, bro? Did you need something?
Oh, this ain't for something I'm talking
Nah.
about. I got you.
You know, you can't steal packages either.
Hey, God bless you, brother.
Yeah. Bye.
Yes, sir. Hey, I wasn't going to steal it, though.
Bye, man. So you got a camera right here. Your ass on the camera.
Huh?
Your ass on the camera.
I know I wasn't going to steal it.
Your ass on the camera.
Hey.
Either way.
How good that?
Either way, your ass on the camera.
If a package is stolen, it's important to report the incident to the seller and the shipping company. Many companies have procedures for handling theft, and you may be eligible for a refund or replacement. It's also a good idea to notify local law enforcement, especially if you have surveillance footage that could help identify the thief. This porch pirate tried to swipe a package from someone's porch, but just as he thought he got away with it, the homeowner called him out.
Hey, put that back. Put that back now.
Oh, sorry.
Put it back. I'll be out there. I'm calling the cops right now on you.
The guy quickly took off, leaving the package behind. These porch pirates are all over the place, so make sure not to leave your packages unattended. In Queens, New York, a homeowner left their door open while expecting someone, but instead, this guy walked right into their house. The homeowner eventually managed to get him out, describing it as one of the scariest experiences they've ever had. This guy showed up at someone's house with the intention of stealing a package, but he didn't realize the homeowner was watching.
Help you? Hey.
As soon as the homeowner called him out, he took off.
Yes, sir. May I help you? Oh, really? I got you. Wow.
It's kind of satisfying to see his plan fall apart like that. In Daly City, California, an unknown woman showed up at an apartment and started knocking with a stick around 2:19 a.m. When she realized she was on camera, she tapped the camera. It's weird how these creeps are everywhere. Make sure to keep your doors closed. In Mandeville, Louisiana, a bizarre incident occurred on May 22nd, 2023, involving a man wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt trying to break into a home at around 7:30 in the morning.
Is that you?
According to police, 28-year-old Darren Cavalier approached the home armed with a machete, wrench, and screwdriver, creating a scene that could be straight out of a horror movie. He tried calling out to the people inside, and when no one responded, he began ramming the door with his shoulder while making strange statements.
Is that you? Talk to me.
What's the point? You can just shoot me in the head. Right?
As he continued trying to force his way in, hitting the door with his machete, a woman inside the home finally confronted him.
I'm sorry, man. I thought my girl was in your house.
Cavalier gave a peculiar excuse for his actions before walking away. Police later arrested him, noting that he appeared to be under the influence of illicit substances at the time. Cavalier was charged with aggravated attempted burglary and has a history of prior arrests, including charges for battery on a dating partner, property damage, resisting an officer, and possession of an open container in a vehicle. In Cleveland, Ohio, this guy showed up at someone's house while the homeowner was at the hospital and took a package from there before leaving.
Hello? You guys got a bad door? Am I at the wrong address? I think I'm at the wrong house, boss.
When the homeowner returned and discovered the theft, they informed the police, leading to the arrest of the perpetrator. In Beverly Hills, California, a masked man jumped over someone's fence in broad daylight and tried to enter their home. He left after the homeowner told him to go away and threatened to call 911.
Is Dennis here?
No, you came to the wrong address, sir. I'm gonna call 911 right now.
Okay.
Get out of my property right now.
Most burglaries happen during the day, especially between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., when homes are usually empty. Studies show that about 65% of burglaries occur during these daylight hours. In Vancouver, Washington, there's this guy walking his dog while also trying to turn people's doorknobs, as if he's looking for an unlocked door to enter. It seems like he's up to no good. Fortunately, the homeowner's dog scared him away, which prevented the situation from getting worse. In Bakersfield, California, a man attempted to steal someone's trailer, but forgot to attach it to the hitch properly. The noise alerted a neighbor, who came outside and called 911. Fortunately, the police arrived in time and arrested the man. Two uninvited teens showed up at someone's porch, claiming that one had assaulted the other and threatening harm to the homeowner next.
Call the cops, bro. They just beat my ass. Call the cops. You gonna have to. You gonna have to. Bro. He just beat my ass, bro. And you're next. Look. Please help, bro. Help, bro. Bro, I don't want that. Bro, I don't want that. Bro, help, bro.
The homeowner promptly shared the video with the police, but as of now, the teens have not been caught. In Los Angeles, California, a woman showed up at someone's house and started causing trouble.
Ding dong, school's out! School's out! Take me home! Yeah, madre!
She even broke the camera.
Take me home!
The neighbors, who were already fed up with her behavior, quickly called the police and she was arrested. In San Francisco, California, a man attempted to break into a house late at night. After circling the house and finding no entry points, he picked up a brick, came to the front door, and cracked the glass. It was a desperate move, though. On a Thursday night, a woman targeted homes in Denver's Rosedale neighborhood and was caught on a homeowner's doorbell camera trying to break in. She successfully entered one house while the family inside was sleeping. A resident heard the back door open, found the intruder, and scared her off.
I heard my back door open, and I slowly came to, knowing my kid was down there. I got to get down there, so I ran down the stairs and yelled, "Is there anybody there?" as I ran down the stairs. And I saw a lady running out my living room, out the front door.
That's what brought it to my attention in the first place. I checked my Ring app, hoping that maybe I'd gotten a video of her walking by or something, and instead found a nice video of her trying to actually get into my door.
The same woman appeared on another doorbell camera the next night, this time carrying a large knife, which increased the residents' fears.
It's very scary that she came back to the same street the next night.
The community is now anxious because of her repeated attempts to enter homes on the same street, now armed.
Almost a week later, it's hard to sleep at night. We feel like we've been violated as a family.
These incidents have disturbed the peace and sleep of the affected families. Multiple doorbell cameras have recorded her attempts, helping the police with their investigation. The residents are hopeful that someone might recognize her, perhaps from trying to sell stolen items like a ring at a pawn shop or online. In Oakland, California, a masked man was caught on a Ring doorbell camera, fiddling with the door of an office building, apparently trying to break in. His face is visible even through the mask. He then starts using a lighter and an object in his hand, possibly heating the object to melt or burn something at the door. His intentions are unclear, but he appears to be up to no good. It seems he might be using the heated object or his finger on the Ring doorbell itself. When the homeowner received a notification of the man's presence and spoke up, the intruder ran away.
What are you doing there?
I'm sorry.
The homeowner reported the incident to the police, and thanks to the video footage, the suspect was apprehended. Two guys tried to steal a catalytic converter at someone's house, but when the Ring floodlight camera's siren went off, they ran away. It's satisfying to see their plan fall apart like that. A man showed up at someone's house holding a weapon and rang the doorbell. He is bold enough not to hide his face or the weapon.
On the doorbell.
Thankfully, because of the doorbell camera footage, the police were able to catch him. It's a reminder that intruders who come during the day are after your belongings, but those who come at night might be after you. 4 burglars attempted to break into Eduardo Gonzalez's home, struggling initially, but eventually gaining entry through the front door.
Whenever I saw that, I'm like, I didn't believe it myself. I was like, no, and then next thing you know, I was like, yeah, it's happening.
At the time, Gonzalez was at the hospital visiting a relative and received an alert on his phone from his Nest Cam, which recorded the entire incident.
I opened it and I saw 4 guys. I got off the app and I called the cop.
Shortly after the burglars entered, an alarm system was triggered, and the sound of the beeping alarm can be heard in the background of the security footage. The burglars quickly fled the scene less than 30 seconds after setting off the alarm. Despite their swift exit, they managed to steal 2 sets of car keys and cause significant damage to the front door.
You just feel like, everything that you work hard for, and then for them to take it away just like that on a whim, it's disheartening. Man, you're gonna get caught. I mean, you're lucky that there was nobody home at the time whenever this happened, because, you never know.
Gonzalez was relieved that they didn't take more, but felt violated by the break-in and the damage caused. He filed a police report, and fortunately, the burglars were arrested. A guy came to someone's house late at night planning to steal, but he got scared off when the Ring floodlight camera's siren went off. Honestly, it's a smart investment. A doorbell camera in Eastwood, New York, recorded a car thief breaking into a Kia and quickly starting it. The owner reported the theft to the police, who then pursued the car through the city. The chase ended when the police stopped the car, which was being driven by a 14-year-old boy with a 15-year-old as the passenger. It's unclear what charges the juveniles faced, but there's hope that they will receive appropriate consequences for their actions. Rose had recently built a house and was enjoying her new home when an unsettling incident occurred. About a month after she moved in, her Ring video doorbell captured footage of a contractor from Signature Interiors trying to break into her house. The contractor appeared to have keys, but fortunately, Rose had changed her locks. The situation was particularly frightening because Rose was at home during the attempted break-in. Thankfully, the changed locks prevented the contractor from entering, potentially avoiding a more dangerous outcome. Thieves driving upscale vehicles targeted a parked car and swiftly stole its catalytic converter, completing the theft in under a minute before driving off. The car's owner, who chose to remain anonymous, heard the disturbance and immediately suspected his catalytic converter had been taken, a suspicion he later confirmed.
Started my car, and 2 seconds later, I heard that a big noise, rattle noise, and I instantly realized that my catalytic converter was probably stolen.
He reported a significant financial loss, estimating the cost to replace the stolen part between $1,000 and $3,000. Meanwhile, the thieves likely profited from selling the converter for its valuable metals.
I'm sure I wasn't the only victim last night.
Catalytic converter thefts have surged dramatically, from 1,300 reported cases in 2018 to 52,000 in 2021, an increase of over 1,200%.
This is what they're trafficking now, is catalytic converters, because it's not considered a violent crime. This is something that is very lucrative and that they can flip and sell very quickly.
Detective Michael Venter of the LAPD noted that these thefts are appealing to criminals because they are lucrative, quick, and considered non-violent.
And we take this video and we go out looking for these crooks. The difficulty is keeping them in jail.
Commonly targeted vehicles include the Toyota Prius, Ford trucks, Honda Accords, Chevrolet trucks, and Subarus. To deter thefts, car owners are advised to install catalytic converter shields, making theft more challenging and time-consuming.
They will make an attempt. They actually will start cutting through the device and they give up. So many of these are being stolen that nationwide, the manufacturers cannot keep up with the demand. That is 4 to 6 weeks just to get a replacement catalytic converter.
Despite new laws aimed at reducing these thefts, local authorities like the LAPD report that these measures have not significantly decreased the problem in Los Angeles. CCTV footage captured a man following a woman closely on the street and eventually catching up to her. He then attacked her by covering her mouth with his hand and wrapping his other arm around her waist, lifting her off the ground and carrying her several feet to a nearby driveway. He placed her on the driveway and momentarily lay on top of her. Realizing his mistake, he expressed confusion about her identity, stating, "Oh, you're not the person I thought you were," before quickly standing up and fleeing the scene. The victim was left physically unharmed but highly traumatized, crouching on the ground after the attack. Detective Sergeant Carl Dalton commented on the unusual nature of the incident, underscoring the urgency of apprehending the attacker to prevent further harm to the original victim and to protect other potential targets. In Baltimore, Maryland, a police officer showed up at someone's house at 4:45 a.m., but they were at the wrong address.
Police? Did you call 911?
Hello?
Hello, did you call 911?
Hello?
This Officer Beard, did you call 911?
Someone what?
Did you call 911?
No. My husband coming down. He's the police.
When police arrive at the wrong house, it can lead to a range of outcomes, often escalating into tense situations that might include property damage, legal issues, and in some cases, injuries or even fatalities. It's important to document the incident as soon as it's safe to do so, including recording the officers' names and badge numbers and taking photos of any damage. A trio arrived at a residence in Hampton, London, with one standing by a car door and the others at the front door of the house. One of the men extended his arms, holding something, as his accomplices stood by. Suddenly, the car lights turned on. Dressed in tracksuits, the men waved a wire-like device in the air, using it to access and steal the car. They managed to steal the car in just 30 seconds using an aerial device, all while the owner was asleep inside the house. In a Northside neighborhood, a potential thief was caught on camera trying to break into a home. He initially knocked on the door several times, likely to see if anyone was home. He then moved to the back of the house, put on gloves, opened the breaker box, and cut the power lines, hoping to disable the home's security systems.
I was just shaking my head the whole time, like, I can't believe people trying to break in your home when you trying so hard to do things right for yourself.
However, the homeowner's security system had a fail-safe that kept it running even without main power. The thief then threw a brick through the bathroom window, which set off the still active alarm system.
Then he came over here and took the brick that he was carrying with him for some odd reason and broke my bathroom window. I feel that he should be punished for what he's doing.
The loud alarm frightened him away from the scene. The homeowner, William Smalls, was shocked and upset by the attempt, but relieved that the alarm system functioned correctly, preventing further damage or loss. He highlighted how the functioning alarm deterred more severe consequences like theft or extensive damage to his home. In Cornelius, Oregon, a woman was caught yanking on someone's front door.
Hello? Can I help you? Can I help you? What you looking for? Hey, Lily, come back. Oh, your neighbor. What? Huh? What you looking for? What? What?
Oh! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
When the homeowner told her to leave, she moved to the back door, wandered around the yard, and then stood by the door, attempting to get inside.
Can I call the police? Get out of my property!
I'm back!
Get out of my property!
I'm back!
The homeowner eventually called the police, who arrived and spoke with the woman. Fortunately, she left after their intervention. 2 men attempted to break into a business in the UK by entering through the roof. Despite the security system issuing an initial audio warning, they ignored it. Shortly after, a second audio warning was issued. The person stationed at monitoring, or PSM, then alerted the police. When the lookout spotted the police van arriving, he tried to escape. As he tried to flee, he ran into trouble and was arrested by the police. Meanwhile, the other man attempted to claim innocence, saying he wasn't involved. It was satisfying to see them facing consequences for their actions. Bay Area homeowner Melissa was at work when she spotted 2 men trying to break into her home in broad daylight through her cell phone. The audacity of the attempt left her feeling both angry and scared.
Was really angry, and I was also scared.
Her home was equipped with a Ring security system that includes a 2-way audio feature. Upon noticing the intruders, Melissa used the system to shout at them. The sound of her voice and the alarm scared the intruders away before they could get inside or cause significant damage.
I saw the first guy getting inside the house, and the other one is about to follow, and I started saying, "What are you guys doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Because I was already on a panic.
Melissa's husband mentioned that this wasn't their first encounter with burglars. Their home was previously broken into in November, resulting in a damaged door. Fortunately, this time, they managed to prevent any entry.
That was the old door that the burglars broke in our house back in November.
The police have identified 2 suspects from the video footage, but haven't made any arrests yet. While Melissa and her husband are still unsure of the intruders' exact intentions, they are relieved that the police are actively pursuing the suspects. In St. Louis, Missouri, a woman unexpectedly showed up at someone's house and began washing their doormat right at the doorstep.
Hi, we'll be right there.
She then proceeded to water the doorbell camera.
Get the off my property!
The bewildered homeowner called the police, and the woman was subsequently arrested. Here's a weird scene. A snazzily dressed thief walked right past an Audi in a driveway and instead decided to steal 2 wheelie bins from outside Mark Watson's house in Blackpool, Worcester. Seems like he wasn't out for big-ticket items, or maybe he just really needed those bins. 3 men broke a window and poured fuel into a living room, then set it alight before running away on Jeffcock Road in Wolverhampton. Fortunately, the fire didn't spread. It seems like it might have been a case of mistaken identity. The police are currently searching for these men, and hopefully, they will be caught soon. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a man was caught on camera stealing a bench right off someone's porch. To prevent such thefts, it's a good idea to use cable locks or chains to secure your furniture to your porch or deck. This makes it more difficult for thieves to quickly grab and run off with your items. 2 young girls were caught on camera standing on a porch for a few minutes before deciding to steal packages from there.
Put that thing in the bucket, hurry up. No. Yes, that's what me and Alyssa do, hurry up. You never know if it's money or not. Do it. Make it fall on the ground. Alright, now scoot it up and now put it in the bucket. It don't look like it here. Hurry up, Asia. Get it. I got your lookout. What if they look out the window, Manaya? They looking. The stairs is right here. You can't look out no windows right there unless you go in the kitchen.
These kids really need to learn that there are consequences for such actions. Incidents of package theft tend to increase during the holiday season, driven by the surge in online shopping. This is when many people order gifts, which are often more valuable, making them attractive targets for thieves. Friends and family of Steve and Pat Russell, whose grave also includes their 2 young daughters, noticed that flowers were regularly disappearing from their grave at Eastern Cemetery in Hull. To catch the thief, they set up a hidden camera in a nearby tree. The camera revealed that the thief had been stealing flowers from the grave every week for 7 months. In the footage, a man is seen standing next to his bike, looking over the grave. He quickly scans the area to ensure no one is watching, then crouches down and steals the flowers. It's disheartening to see someone stoop so low as to steal from a grave. A thief attempted to break into a vault at a car wash, but was unsuccessful. The owner of the car wash reported the incident to the police, and fortunately, the suspect was arrested. A son returned home from school but realized he didn't have his keys. He used the Ring doorbell to alert his mom, who was comfortably snuggled up in bed and unaware that he had forgotten his keys.
Open the door.
Can't answer the door right now.
For the peanut butter bandit.
Hey, you know, that's like a cool video. I don't know how you can like edit it from there to like your phone.
Oh, I just screen record it.
Huh?
I can screen record it.
Okay. But we gotta figure out how to like
open the door. Just open the door before I start doing things to you.
Oh, I didn't know that's why you rang the bell. Where's your keys? Oh my God!
You just said they was in here. Open the door.
All right.
During their conversation, the mom decided to throw the keys over the gate to her son. The loud bang heard was the sound of the keys hitting the gate, missing the intended toss by just inches.
All right. All right. All right.
You said all right like 5 times.
All right. That's the best I can get.
Oh.
I got you.
This is not okay. This is not okay. I'm moving planets. I don't like Earth anymore.
As a result, the son had to retrieve the keys from under the gate to get inside the house. In every neighborhood, there's always someone who causes problems. This doorbell camera footage shows a local troublemaker, known for his disruptive behavior, making a scene at someone's doorstep while armed. The video begins with him standing right at the door. He knocks aggressively and sends a threatening message straight to the camera.
Hi. Please wait. It may take me a moment to answer.
See me? Better remember my face right to this door before I break this shit down. I'll break this shit down, throw your head off.
Clearly upset, he demands that the residents open the door while waving his weapon in a menacing way. His aggressive behavior is unsettling. Not stopping at just banging and shouting, he goes further by threatening whoever is inside. The camera clearly shows his aggressive actions. This incident highlights the need for neighborhood safety and vigilance. It's important to report any suspicious or threatening behavior to local authorities. This is why it's smart to invest in a Ring camera.
This ain't nobody stuck here, on God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I gotta go to jail.
It seems like this guy picked the wrong house. Two men dressed in black attempted to break into a home in broad daylight in Reno, Nevada. When they couldn't get inside, they quickly left the scene. They were driving a white Toyota Corolla, and the police used this information to identify the car and arrest the suspects. This doorbell video shows a scary attempted kidnapping. A 34-year-old woman came close to being kidnapped around 11 p.m. on Thursday. As she walked by Mary Street, a car stopped near her. Two men got out of the car, and one of them grabbed her and tried to force her inside. You can hear her yelling and struggling, and she managed to push herself away from the car. The men, realizing their plan wasn't working, got back in the car and drove off in the wrong direction down a one-way street. Surveillance camera footage captures two thieves stealing a catalytic converter in just 60 seconds during the day from a Stockton home. The CCTV footage helped lead to their arrest. Catalytic converters contain valuable metals like platinum, palladium, and rhodium, which have high prices on the scrap metal market, making them a tempting target for thieves. This frightening doorbell video starts with a woman knocking urgently on a door for help, looking very upset. Soon after, a man comes over and grabs her. The situation gets worse as he pulls her away from the house. Thanks to the security footage, the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police were able to identify the vehicle and find both the suspect and the victim. Sometimes, neighborhood disputes can arise unexpectedly. This doorbell camera footage shows a neighbor confronting a homeowner about broken glass found near their sidewalk. While walking her dog, the neighbor noticed a lot of broken glass outside the homeowner's property. Concerned for the safety of dogs and others, she rings the doorbell to ask about the mess.
Andy, come down here and clean up this plate. Ow, glass. God damn it. Yes, get down here and clean up this glass, this dish you broke. Her neighbor. Andy, get down here. Get down here now. Andy, get down here now. These slivers are all over here and the dogs are going to cut their...
Her concern is valid, as the broken glass can be dangerous. In Tacoma, Washington, a man tried to break into a house late at night, unaware that he was being watched.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
When the homeowner confronted him and threatened to call the police, he quickly fled.
Hey, get out! Hey! I'm gonna call 911.
Hey, get out of there.
To prevent break-ins, it's important to install strong doors and locks, use security systems, keep the area around your property well lit and visible, like by trimming bushes, and consider exterior lighting. Community vigilance, such as neighborhood watch programs, can also help deter burglars. In New York, around 6:30 a.m., a guy smashed the windows of someone's car and damaged other houses in the neighborhood. The police got involved and managed to catch the culprits. The car they were using was stolen, and they also had a weapon and knife that they had taken from another car. In Atlanta, Georgia, a thief in an F-150 sees a dog on a leash just out of view of the camera. He jumps out, grabs the dog, and drives off. It's a reminder not to leave your dogs outside, as they can be stolen and sold for a lot of money. Luckily, this story has a good ending. The thief returned the dog for some reason. This guy chose to steal from someone's Range Rover in broad daylight. He took whatever he could find and ran off. This serves as a reminder to always lock your car. Commonly targeted items in car break-ins include electronics, like GPS units and smartphones, personal belongings, purses, wallets, backpacks, and any visible valuables. Car parts like catalytic converters are also sometimes stolen for their value. In Albuquerque, New Mexico, a car thief was caught on a Ring doorbell camera breaking into an unlocked car during the day. Luckily, the homeowner noticed him before he could steal anything. Car break-ins often rise during certain times of the year, like the holiday season, when cars are more likely to have valuable items inside. Trends can also increase during economic downturns or in areas with higher crime rates. A Los Angeles homeowner hears thumping noises inside his house and initially thinks it might be a raccoon or something minor. While checking the security cameras and watching TV with his barking dogs, he spots a masked man peeking through his door.
I heard some thumping and stuff going on, and I thought maybe a raccoon or something was in my house. So I checked the security cameras, and my dogs were barking, and I was watching TV. It was very evident that someone was home. And I looked on the security camera, and there happened to be one guy with a mask on sticking his head in my door and putting carpet in the door to keep it open.
Realizing it's a burglary, he retreats to the bathroom and calls 911, staying on the line with the operators while watching the events unfold on his security system. The police arrive quickly. The burglars spend about 7 to 10 minutes inside, ransacking parts of the house and the garage.
They stayed with me on the phone, and they sent a bunch of police, but these guys were in my house for 7 to 10 minutes. They completely ripped that part of the house apart, as well as what's in the garage. They ripped the laundry room apart.
They come very close to the homeowner's hiding spot, just on the other side of the wall. The homeowner stays quiet and tries to remain unnoticed. Eventually, he risks peeking out, and upon seeing him, the burglars quickly run out through the door.
I stuck my head out of the bathroom through my living room. They saw me, and then they came flying out the door.
They tried to rob me and my child in the alley.
Home video, even cameras, that kind of a thing certainly have helped law enforcement be able to identify people. Yeah, it's a very low percentage. When it's occupied, it's so much more dangerous for the person in the residence.
I always thought that my life was going to be peaceful for the rest of my life up here. Last night I thought maybe it's time for me to leave one.
The security camera footage is crucial for the police, helping them identify 2 of the 4 suspects, but the other 2 are still at large. In Macon, Georgia, a house was broken into late at night while the homeowner was away. The thieves stole some valuables and left. The homeowner received an alert on his phone and called the police, but by the time they arrived, the thieves had already escaped. The investigation is still ongoing, and the thieves are still at large. In Corpus Christi, Texas, some teens broke into several vehicles and stole Steve's car from his driveway at 1 a.m. Steve reported the theft to the police, and other neighbors also made reports. Posts from the neighborhood showed these teens using Steve's car for more break-ins. Fortunately, the troublemakers were arrested, bringing their plans to an end. Clay Hayner from Dallas was watching his home security camera when he saw someone approaching and crawling under his vehicle. Armed with a metal pole, Hayner went outside to confront the thief. When he looked under the van, the thief showed a knife. Despite the danger, Hayner used the metal pole to physically confront the thief.
I looked under the van and I saw a body there, and then he looked at me and he had the knife in his hand, and then so I just went and started hitting him.
I'm leaving!
The thief managed to break free and escape into the night. Homeowner suspected the thief was trying to steal the catalytic converter, which can be worth up to $1,500 on the black market. This was the fourth attempt to steal the converter from his vehicle in a year.
This is the fourth time this has happened. My adrenaline had just taken over, and just all this frustration from the past year just kind of built up, and I just let him have it.
Fueled by frustration and a desire to protect his property, Homeowner acted without fear for his own safety.
That never crossed my mind. My first instinct was just to hurt him and stop him from trying to take my stuff.
The thief left behind a bag of power tools. Experts suggest installing a metal shield around the catalytic converter to prevent such thefts.
Oh yeah. This time I would catch him and hold on to him.
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
Homeowner said he would not hesitate to intervene again and would try to hold the thief until police arrived. In New Orleans, Louisiana, a thief was caught trying to break into locked businesses at 4:30 in the morning, but fortunately, he didn't succeed.
Somebody walking around. You need to leave now. Somebody went up and pulled her door out.
Urban areas generally have higher burglary rates than rural ones, though the patterns can differ greatly based on local socioeconomic conditions and law enforcement practices. Around 3:15 a.m., a homeowner heard noises outside and saw someone trying to steal the catalytic converter from his Prius. The homeowner jumped into his damaged car and chased the suspects. When the chase moved to the street, the suspects started firing at him. Thankfully, the homeowner wasn't hurt, though his car was hit twice.
I had looked out the window, and that's when I seen like the bright light, which is in the picture.
A neighbor's security camera recorded the incident, which was reported and covered by local news. The story highlighted the increase in property crimes and the risks of confronting criminals. Police advise being a good witness rather than directly engaging with thieves.
Something that we've seen trending more lately, people being fired at for those property-related crimes.
They suggest recording details like the type of car and the license plate instead of chasing them.
Record the type of car, see if you can memorize the license plate. They should not chase after the suspect.
It is not worth your life. It's not worth the property. We can replace that.
After the incident, Concord police spotted the suspect's car, chased the driver, and arrested him. Here's home security camera footage of someone stealing a catalytic converter from a house in the Rosslyn neighborhood of Edmonton. Hopefully, the clear license plate will get him caught soon. In Santa Monica, California, a homeless guy was trying to break in.
You better leave! I'm calling the police! Get out of here! Linda, call the police! Open the door, Linda. Call the police! Linda, call the police! Don't open the door!
The garage had been messed up recently, so the homeowner was keeping an eye out. They got an alert on their phone, called him out, and he took off. Samuel Fortes, age 27, has been sentenced to life imprisonment for a violent attack on a 19-year-old woman in Leeds. The assault occurred as she was walking home from a night out, during which she had been communicating with her boyfriend via FaceTime. The attack, which was partly witnessed by her boyfriend, lasted for about 15 minutes, leaving her with severe injuries. Fortes fled to Sheffield after the incident, but was apprehended when his DNA and other evidence linked him to the crime. On December 26, 2018, Steve's girlfriend was heading to work at 2 a.m. when their doorbell camera recorded something strange. They didn't notice it at the time, but when they looked at the footage later, they realized they had captured what looked like a ghost on camera. Did you see it? On the right side of the screen, there seems to be something like an apparition moving into the yard. So, do you think it's really a ghost caught on the camera, just a bug on the lens, or is there another explanation for it? On August 20th, 2023, a man broke into a property and stole various items before fleeing the scene. It's worth noting that burglaries in the US have been declining over the past decade. In 2021, the burglary rate was 255 offenses per 100,000 people, which is significantly lower than in previous years. However, despite this overall decrease, burglary is still a concern, with about 616,307 incidents reported in 2021, mainly targeting residential areas. In Vista, California, someone had their catalytic converter stolen right from their driveway. The thieves spent about 5 minutes taking it, even though this same owner had another converter stolen just 4 months earlier, right before Christmas. The owner felt really violated and frustrated. The theft was caught on a Ring camera, but it was dark and the camera was just out of range, making it hard to see clearly, kind of like a time-lapse video. Despite the police advising to park in the driveway under a Ring spotlight for safety, the theft still happened. The police took a statement, assigned a detective, and shared the video with multiple agencies. But so far, the thieves are still out there. Hopefully, they'll be caught soon and face the consequences. 3 guys arrived at a house in a black car with the intention of stealing a catalytic converter. They jacked up the car and began removing the converter.
Nana?
Suspicious neighbors noticed their activity and promptly called the police. Fortunately, the police arrived in time to catch and arrest the culprits. 2 guys showed up in London pretending to be interested in buying a Mercedes. They asked for the keys, and as one of them sat in the car, he cloned the keys while the other distracted the seller by popping the hood. After cloning the keys, they left. 6 minutes later, they returned, used the copied key to unlock the car, and drove off. Fortunately, these guys were later arrested. 2 guys showed up in someone's driveway at night and quickly jacked up the car, but not to steal the car itself. They were after the catalytic converter. They managed to remove and take off with the converter in just 3 minutes. Catalytic converter theft is common because these parts contain valuable metals like platinum, palladium, and rhodium, which are worth a lot on the recycling market. These thefts can happen fast, sometimes even in broad daylight, especially in vehicles that are higher off the ground, which makes the converters easier to access. A guy was caught stealing tools from a kickboxer's driveway, not realizing he was being watched. The kickboxer quickly ran outside, chased the thief down, and gave him a lesson in kickboxing. The incident serves as a tough lesson. Don't steal from a kickboxer, or you might end up regretting it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.